Keith Sargent, director of the Integrity Commission, is now in the hot seat after residents expressed outrage over what is being described as disrespectful and disturbing posters. The posters were seen near the entrance of the NJS Francis building on Grand Turk. There were posters highlighting the vision and mission statement of the Integrity Commission. Then there were the cartoons. These posters, residents say, are offensive and show that the Integrity Commission has the country for nothing but a joke. Attorney and Consultative Forum member Charlene Cartwright Robinson, speaking on the posters, said she saw the posters herself. She said it is a rude and distasteful act.
Yesterday, I attended the NJS Francis building where the House of Parliament is, and most of the advisors actually were, including the CEO, and I found some posters that were actually posted at the actual doorway. You cannot miss them at all because as you open the door, these posters were put up on a standing billboard. And as I read it, it was the Integrity Commission's mission statement, which is fine. And of course, there were other cartoons that seemed to be depicting stories. As I read the contents, I found them nothing short of distasteful, rude, insulting, quite nasty, and low-minded. While I admit that we did some wrong, as with every country, we are not a corrupt nation. One of the posters speak about a culture of corruption. Another says we are all corrupt, including our youth, with one of the posters showing money hanging out of the pockets of the young people, the civil servants, the public, the statutory bodies, the politicians, everybody. Another poster say all the islands was totally submerged in a sea of corruption, with Provo half emerging. One of the posters even called the private sector corrupt.
Cartwright Robinson added that this is not a wise approach for investors looking in.
I am saying in this climate, first of all, what investor is going to come here with this approach? While we understand with the strict legislation that has been put in place and the more invasive declarations, we have to run an anti-corruption education program for the public, and yes, for the public servants who will be held under account, under this legislation, held into account. But this approach will be counterproductive, and its nasty approach is what is offensive. I have personally written to the Integrity Commission and asked them at their next meeting next week to reconsider the contents of these and change their approach to educating the people on corruption.
News 4 spoke with popular talk show host of Expressions, Robert Hall. It was on Expressions where members of the public voiced their dismay and outraged over the posters. We asked Hall, who is somewhat the voice of many residents, to share his view.
What I found very disturbing, distasteful, racist, and any other adjective that I could find to describe it are the cartoons that were written and the wording that go beside them. And I noticed, even a casual observer would have noticed all of the characters were either black, nappy-haired individuals. I didn't see one white person there. And it suggests to me that, if you look at the wording, that we are all one bunch of corrupt individuals. Unfortunately, I do not have the placards and stuff before me, but I can vividly recall one of them, for instance, with a bald-headed man sitting behind a desk, and the desk is labeled Home Help Service. And another black lady approaches and says, "Sir, I need help." And he said, "Yes, we can, but my wife can do it for you, do a better job for you at twice the price." Of course, you see what the inference is there.
So the cartoons did not sit too well with Hall, who said he demanded the posters be taken down.
I reject that kind of nonsense, and I told Mr. Sargent that he should take it down. In fact, I credited him where he got the authority to put it up, and suggested that he should have had it down before the show this morning. And unfortunately, when I went there this morning, I saw it was down, and I hope they don't even take the chance to put that up back anywhere around the islands.
Now, concerned resident and civil servant Mavis Williams wasn't afraid to voice her concerns.
They claim that those posters were supposed to be educational. There's absolutely nothing educational about those posters. Those posters, I consider them to be racist because every caricature on those posters are black. Some of them are so black, I've never seen a human being that color. And it was poking fun of the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. And it made us all seem like criminals. And, last night was one of the hardest nights for me because I kept thinking that I had to come to work this morning and face those posters. And what kept going through my mind was the pleasure on this man's face as he was out there putting up those posters.
Now, were the descriptions on these posters a total misunderstanding? In response, the Integrity Commission has issued the following statement. The Integrity Commission wishes to make clear that allegations of discrimination behind posters displayed in the foyer of the NJS Francis building are completely untrue, unfounded, and unhelpful. The Integrity Commission wishes to convey general messages that apply to all regardless of nationality, religion, sex, creed, or color. The posters are part of a series designed to heighten awareness of the importance of integrity in public life. The complete set of posters contained images of people of different backgrounds so as to reflect the diverse population of the TCI. Such posters are an accepted means of informing the public on important matters. The Integrity Commission is sorry if people feel offended by this first set of posters, which were put on display yesterday. These have been moved. However, the constructive criticism received has been helpful, and the Commission will now review the entire collection to be satisfied that they have an appropriate balance. Public feedback will be welcomed on the new designs. For WIV4 News, I'm Takara Bain.